Hey y'all, we're back. Brief hiatus, been really busy lately, traveling and relaxing a little bit. I did scramble and panic complete an upgrade that I will show off really quick. Kind of feeling a bit tired today, a bit under the weather, so I might not record everything I'm doing today. I actually just bought the pipes so that I can put my Caliper Garage alignment kit together and get the alignment squared back up after our impact. But one thing I did off camera that I think would be really good to share, because I couldn't find any information on this, is I modded the vent for the tank to allow it to vent from the top of the tank rather than the side, which kind of traps an air bubble in there. I couldn't find any information on it. I came up with my own solution, and it fits under this panel. So you can barely even tell it's there, other than, it's kind of bulging up a little bit here. I had to do some manual clearancing. But basically, I'll disassemble everything and show it. I'll talk about it in a second here. Okay, now I've got that panel off. You can see what I did here. So this is just a 3/4 inch, because 3/4 inch ID is the biggest you're allowed to go with a fuel vent with ChampCar rules. So I went the biggest I could go to get the maximum air out. Kind of as quickly as possible. So 3/4 inch ID bulkhead fitting, I think is what that is called, into the lowest profile 3/4 inch 90 that I could find with a barb on the end, and then that goes into fuel hose. And then if I pop the trunk, that fuel hose just comes out through this rubber seal thing. I just cut a slit in it, tuck the fuel hose out, and it comes out here to another brass nipple. And then another bulkhead fitting here just to add some rigidity to this connection. And then this is just a hydraulic quick disconnect. Again, 3/4 inch. Let me grab the other half of that. Let's see. So you have to have at least a gallon spillover tank that no one's allowed to have their hands on. It just needs to sit there while you're doing fueling. So that's what this guy is. I need to come up with a better solution of how to keep this hose in there. But you basically take this big fitting, you just hold on, pop it on there, and that's your vent. So you sit here, you dump fuel in it until you see fuel coming out of this vent tube, and that way without a doubt in your mind that the fuel level is all the way to the top of that tank. The only other way I've seen teams do this that they wanted to share was replacing this valve with a little CNC machined piece, and then ChampCar rules says no fuel hoses running through the cabin unless it's encased in metal. So then when they enlarge this, they have to fab up shit to try and cover it up. So I actually am really happy with my solution. It seems to be sealing okay. It fits under the OEM panel here. And it seemed to work during my test with it. I just took it to a gas pump and filled up the tank until it started overflowing, and it worked pretty well. So that's my solution. The downsides were I had to trim our fuel pump cover here a little bit and trim the bulkhead fitting a little bit to get it to fit, which wasn't ideal. If I had measured twice and then cut once, might have not have had to have that issue. The other thing that is concerning, and I do want to give forewarning to people, I drilled through the tank. I tried to take a piece of cardboard and make a taco and stick it up under there. I greased the bit. I just dunked it in grease to try and pick up any shavings, but shavings still got in the tank. I bought a shop vac somewhere around here, and I just vacuumed everything in the tank. And that worked pretty well. Obviously I vacuumed up. There wasn't that much fuel in there, which was good. But regardless, I'm still assuming that metal shavings are getting picked up by the fuel filter, or by the fuel pump, My theory is that they're getting stopped by the fuel filter at the latest. At the earliest, if they're big enough, they're getting caught by the fuel sock that's on the bottom of the fuel pump assembly. I'm thinking before our race at Nelson Ledges next month, I'm going to do an autocross. And then I think I'm just going to change the fuel filter and then pull the fuel pump assembly out and check to make sure that that sock isn't clogged up with any other junk, pieces of junk or anything like that. So, but yeah, that's my my little mod. I'm going to share this with the world. A lot of people are kind of guarding this this secret. So it seems like I got at least like a half gallon to a gallon of extra fuel in there at the pump. It filled to like 14 gallons, but a little bit overflowed into that caddy. And there was a little bit in the tank when I pulled in. So who really knows? But I'm hoping it at least got us like 5 to 10 more minutes of runtime. Which will hopefully get us closer to that 2-hour limit that we have in ChampCar. So the other thing I want to say about people who are replacing this vent here, this is your OEM, or this is my understanding, I guess someone correct me if I'm wrong, but this is your OEM rollover valve. So this allows air out unless the car is upside down, and then it keeps fuel from spilling out. I don't know how people are replacing these, but if they're replacing that, they're getting rid of the stock rollover valve. Which is not good. That means fuel pressure is going to start building in your tank. And if your car does roll over, well, I guess you have no valve there anymore. As long as your valve seals, this is a hydraulic fitting that when it's disconnected, it's sealed. No air or fluid comes in or out. So again, I'm not sure how everyone else is doing it. It just, I didn't want to modify the stock rollover valve or anything like that. And this solution made it so I didn't have to. So that was just one other thing I wanted to touch on. But anywho, I'm going to get working on doing the alignment stuff. I might film it. I might not. We'll see. Like I said, my energy today is hit or miss. So I'll try and fill you guys in. But if not, I'll film a little outro and say goodbye. So cheers. Hey, we're going to wrap it up there. I ended up stringing up the car. Actually, I guess I'll give a little bit of insight. So I got this alignment kit from Caliper Garage. It might be hard to, yeah, there you go. You get the shine on it. These pieces are 3D printed, which is cool. And basically they ship you just the 3D printed pieces and like some string and some weights, which are sitting over there. Yeah, there you go. Sitting on the shelf over there. And basically, you go and you buy the pipe yourself. And that helps to cut down on overall just shipping cost and everything. So the pipe's like $25 unless you buy the wrong gauge pipe and then buy it twice, then it's $50. Lessons learned. 3/4 inch OD. I got 3/4 inch conduit thinking that was OD, and it turns out it's the ID. But either way, I was able to get it done. These are all part of it. I have a picture of it up on the car. It might not be a good picture. If it is a good picture, I'll insert it in here. Otherwise, I do plan on making a separate video for it. But basically, you hang one rig off the trunk, one rig off of the front bumper, and then it basically allows you to adjust it so you can string out the car and take your measurements and make sure your car is square before you do a full alignment left to right. And our car's actually, we got it pretty dialed in after the crash. The only thing is this left rear is like way I guess not. I was able to get it within like a 1/4 inch, actually I think 1/8 of an inch front to rear of toe out. But that's at max alignment settings for this rear wheel. So I don't know what the heck's going on back here because our contact was over there. This side is unscathed. I don't know if maybe when it hit that side, the axle pushed this over or something weird. But anyways, got it all dialed in, and I'll talk to you guys on the next one. Any questions or anything, leave it in the comment. My brother's calling me, so I'll talk to you later. Thanks for stopping by. Peace.